Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. This profound insight from Warren Buffett, one of the world's most successful investors, captures the essence of our next leader lesson. Welcome to Leader Lesson, Warren Buffett, an exploration into the mind of a man whose philosophy extends far beyond the financial markets. With a net worth that places him among the wealthiest individuals on the planet, Buffett's investment prowess is legendary. But it's his timeless wisdom on life and leadership that sets him apart as a true thought leader. Why should we listen to Warren Buffett? Because here's a man who transformed a struggling textile mill into Berkshire Hathaway, a colossal conglomerate with a market capitalization exceeding hundreds of billions. His name is synonymous with success, integrity, and most importantly, a relentless pursuit of knowledge. Buffett's life is a testament to the power of compound interest, not just in finance, but in the compounding effect of lifelong learning, principled living, and patient investing. In our leader lesson today, we'll navigate through chapters filled with actionable insights, delving into topics like value investing, where we learn the art of spotting undervalued gems in the market, and financial prudence, a guide to navigating debt and cultivating financial discipline. We'll also uncover the secrets behind long-term perspective, the power of independent thinking, and the essence of risk management that Buffett employs to safeguard his investments. Each chapter, from intrinsic value calculation to patience in investing, is designed not just to educate, but to empower you with the strategies that have underpinned Buffett's success. And in continuous learning, we'll embrace the mindset that has kept Buffett at the top of his game for decades. Here at Leader Lesson, an AI lab dedicated to advancing human potential, we've harnessed our proprietary data processing and algorithms to curate these insights, ensuring you receive the most impactful and empowering lessons from leaders like Buffett. So, whether you're tuning in from the corner office, a bustling commute, or the comfort of your home, prepare to be equipped with the knowledge to enhance your investment acumen, leadership skills, and personal growth. This leader lesson isn't just a course in finance, it's a blueprint for a life well invested. Welcome to the wisdom of Warren Buffett. The content of this video is intended for informational and educational purposes only and should not be construed as financial advice. Please consult with a qualified professional for financial advice tailored to your personal circumstances. Welcome back to Leader Lesson, Warren Buffett. As we turn the page to our next chapter, value investing, we delve into a principle that has become synonymous with Buffett's legendary success. Imagine a woman who couldn't speak English, arriving in America with nothing but a dream. Over 2 decades, she turned $2,500 into a billion-dollar business, a testament to seeing value where others don't, a principle that Buffett himself mastered. In this chapter, we unwrap the layers of Buffett's investment philosophy. Invest in companies with intrinsic value and long-term potential. We're not just looking for good deals, we're searching for great companies at a fair price. As Buffett understands, it's not just about what you buy, but at what price you buy it. By the end of this chapter, you will be equipped with the tools to sift through the market noise and spot those undervalued gems, as Buffett has done time and again. You'll learn how to research companies with robust fundamentals and a strong competitive advantage, all while paying a price that leaves room for that significant investment growth Buffett is famous for. This isn't just about investing, it's about investing the Warren Buffett way. And as the Oracle of Omaha himself once said, it's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. Get ready to transform your approach to investing by embracing the value investing ethos that has made Buffett one of the greatest investors of our time. Let's begin. As we continue to explore the essence of value investing, let's immerse ourselves in a story that exemplifies Warren Buffett's keen eye for undervalued assets. Buffett once shed light on a time when the market's pessimism offered him a golden opportunity. In the mid-70s, the entire Washington Post company, a titan of the media industry, was selling for a mere $80 million when the intrinsic properties were worth at least $400 million. This discrepancy was no secret. The true value was evident to those who looked past the general market gloom. Buffett, with the clarity of vision that comes from his value investing principles, acquired 1.7 million shares of the Washington Post company. Now imagine you are standing in front of a vault, its contents worth 5 times what you're asked to pay to access it. That's the kind of opportunity Buffett saw with the Washington Post. This investment, which cost Berkshire Hathaway $9.7 million, ballooned to a staggering worth of $370 million. Buffett's story here isn't just about the numbers, it's about recognizing potential and being bold enough to act despite prevailing sentiments. You, too, can apply this lesson in your life. When you're presented with opportunities, look beyond the surface and the current sentiments. Assess the underlying value, think long-term, and don't be swayed by short-term fluctuations or emotions. The true worth of an investment, whether financial, personal, or professional, often lies beneath the immediate surface, waiting for the astute observer to uncover it. Buffett's approach goes beyond the initial assessment. It's also about patience and conviction. In the tale of the Washington Post, we see that once Buffett recognized the value, he held on to his shares, confident in their intrinsic worth. So when you find something genuinely valuable, have the courage to stick with it, even if the rest of the world hasn't caught on yet. Remember, Buffett's journey in value investing began with education, a testament to the power of learning from the right sources. He recalls how the best investment he ever made was purchasing The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. This book provided Buffett with the foundational framework for his investment strategy. It's a clear message. Equipping yourself with sound principles can guide you through the inevitable ebbs and flows of markets and life. As Buffett would tell you, it's not about having the highest IQ or the most sophisticated models. It's about having a solid philosophy and the temperament to act on it. Whether it's in investing or in life choices, the ability to discern true value and take decisive action can lead to exceptional outcomes. It's about the readiness to learn, adapt, and apply sound principles to every decision you make. So take a page from Buffett's book. Invest in your own education, in understanding the principles that drive success in your chosen field. That knowledge, that framework, will be the lens through which you identify the undervalued gems in your life, the opportunities that others might pass by without a second glance. Let's wrap up our journey through the world of value investing with Warren Buffett, with practical steps you can take to apply this principle in your own endeavors. By following these actionable takeaways, you can start to incorporate the essence of Buffett's approach into your investment strategy. Educate yourself on financial fundamentals. Just as Buffett emphasized the importance of his education from The Intelligent Investor, make it a priority to understand the financial statements of businesses. Look for companies with strong balance sheets and consistent earnings growth. Develop a long-term perspective. Warren Buffett once said, "Our favorite holding period is forever." Think long-term when you're considering an investment. Short-term market trends are less important than a company's ability to grow and compound value over time. Look for a margin of safety. This is a fundamental principle of value investing. It means buying securities at a significant discount to their intrinsic value. This discount provides a safety net against errors in your analysis or unforeseen market fluctuations. Invest in what you understand. Stay within your circle of competence, as Buffett advises. Invest in businesses that you can understand and analyze. This will give you a clearer insight into their long-term potential. As Buffett's investment in the Washington Post illustrates, value investing requires patience. The market may take time to recognize the true worth of an undervalued company. Be prepared to wait. Be resolute. Buffett is known for his unwavering conviction in his investment choices. Once you've done your homework and made a decision, have the fortitude to stick with it despite market noise or opposing opinions. Focus on competitive advantage. Look for companies with a moat, a durable competitive advantage that protects them against competitors. This could be a strong brand, proprietary technology, or a large market share. Consider the management. Invest in companies with honest and competent management. The decisions these individuals make will have a significant impact on the future success of the company. Be contrarian when warranted. Warren Buffett is famous for being fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. Don't be afraid to go against the herd if your analysis supports a different course of action. Continuous learning. The landscape of investing is always evolving. Dedicate yourself to lifelong learning and stay curious. As Buffett once said, risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to make sound investment decisions. Remember, value investing isn't just a set of rules to follow. It's a mindset that prioritizes rationality, patience, and discipline. By embodying these qualities and applying the insights we've gleaned from Warren Buffett, you can strive to make wiser investment choices that may one day yield their own legendary stories of success. Keep learning, stay patient, and always look for that hidden value. It's the Warren Buffett way. Thank you for joining us on this chapter of Leader Lesson Warren Buffett. Until next time, keep investing in your growth, and may your decisions be as fruitful as those of the Oracle of Omaha himself. Continuous learning. The landscape of investing is always evolving. Dedicate yourself to lifelong learning and stay curious. As Buffett once said, risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to make sound investment decisions. Remember, value investing isn't just a set of rules to follow. It's a mindset that prioritizes rationality, patience, and discipline. By embodying these qualities and applying the insights we've gleaned from Warren Buffett, you can strive to make wiser investment choices that may one day yield their own legendary stories of success. Keep learning, stay patient, and always look for that hidden value. It's the Warren Buffett way. Thank you for joining us on this chapter of Leader Lesson Warren Buffett. Until next time, keep investing in your growth, and may your decisions be as fruitful as those of the Oracle of Omaha himself. Welcome back to Leader Lesson Warren Buffett. In this chapter, titled Financial Prudence, we delve into the sage advice of the Oracle of Omaha on avoiding debt and maintaining financial discipline. Imagine being able to handle your finances with the acumen of one of the world's most successful investors. Credit cards are a trap, declares Warren Buffett. With a narrative that could change your financial trajectory, we begin with a story from Buffett himself. He warns against the siren call of credit cards. We're in various businesses that issue credit cards. The American public loves credit cards, but if you start revolving debt on credit cards, you're going to be paying 18 or 20%, and you can't make progress in your financial life. In this chapter, we don't just tell you to avoid debt. We show you how to create a fortress of financial discipline that Buffett himself would endorse. We will equip you with strategies to create and adhere to a budget, build an emergency fund, and most importantly, steer clear of high-interest debt that can strangle your financial freedom. As Warren Buffett once said, the chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. This chapter is about recognizing and breaking the chains of poor financial habits before they become insurmountable. By the end of our time together, you'll have a toolkit designed by the principles of one of the greatest financial minds, ensuring that you're not just avoiding debt, but thriving in your personal financial life. Prepare to turn the page on financial stress as we take a deep dive into financial prudence, where wisdom meets practicality, and Warren Buffett's insights become your roadmap to financial well-being. Let's get started. Continuing from where we left off, let's explore another of Warren Buffett's poignant anecdotes that drives home the essence of financial prudence. As Warren Buffett once shared, the foundation of his investment philosophy is strikingly simple yet profound. The first rule on investment is, don't lose. And the second rule on investment is, don't forget the first rule. This nugget of wisdom is about the importance of investing with a margin of safety and the primary goal of capital preservation. Imagine applying this principle to your everyday financial decisions. You are faced with a choice: to purchase an item with money you don't have, thereby increasing your debt, or to wait until you can afford it without compromising your financial security. Following Buffett's rule, you'd likely choose the latter, ensuring you don't lose financially by accruing additional debt. By doing so, you prioritize your long-term financial stability over short-term desires, an approach that could safeguard you from the pitfalls of impulsive financial decisions. Buffett's approach to maintaining a buffer of financial security extends beyond investments to everyday life. He remarks on the necessity of having a cash reserve, especially if you're someone who relies heavily on a paycheck. If you're working in something where you're living off your paycheck from week to week, you want to have a little cash around. The story here is about the importance of having a safety net, a crucial aspect of financial discipline. You might not be dealing with billions in insurance claims like Buffett, but the concept of being prepared for unexpected expenses is universally relevant. Whether it's an emergency fund or a planned savings account, having that financial cushion can mean the difference between staying afloat or sinking into debt when life throws you a curveball. Now, take a moment to reflect on your current financial situation. Do you have a cash reserve? Are you living paycheck to paycheck with maxed out credit cards? Buffett's wisdom encourages you to take proactive steps towards building that emergency fund, no matter how small, to avoid being caught off guard by unforeseen expenses. Warren Buffett also touches on the personal side of debt, revealing the harsh reality of its consequences. I get about a dozen letters a day from people who are having terrible problems. Half of my letters come from people who have run up credit card debt and they're facing bankruptcy. This story is a stark reminder of the vicious cycle of debt. For you, the listener, it's a call to action to assess and manage your debt before it spirals out of control. Buffett's lesson here is clear. Prevention is better than cure. Stay ahead of the game. Avoid taking on debt that comes with exorbitant interest rates, and if you find yourself in financial trouble, address it head-on before it compounds. The key takeaway from Buffett's stories is that whether you're managing billions or just trying to pay next month's bills, the principles of financial discipline remain the same. Avoiding debt, investing with a margin of safety, and keeping a cash reserve are foundational to achieving financial well-being. As you listen, think about how these principles can be applied in your life. Ask yourself, what steps can you take today to ensure your financial habits align with the Buffett-approved path to financial prudence? Remember, it's about making choices today that will secure your financial freedom tomorrow. Let's continue to build on this foundation as we move forward in this chapter. Thank you for staying with us as we distill the essence of financial prudence from the wisdom of Warren Buffett. Now, to conclude this chapter, let's crystallize Buffett's advice into actionable steps you can implement in your financial life. Track your spending. Start by knowing where every dollar goes. This is a cornerstone habit of financial prudence. As Warren Buffett once articulated, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. Begin by setting aside savings, then budget your expenses with what remains. Cultivate financial patience. In a culture of instant gratification, choose to be different. Remember Warren Buffett's approach. The stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. Apply this to your spending by delaying purchases until you can truly afford them, thus avoiding debt. Seek value, not just price. Buffett is known for his value investing strategy, which involves picking stocks that appear undervalued. Mirror this by seeking long-term value in your purchases. Ask yourself, will this item serve me long-term, or is it a short-lived pleasure? Avoid unnecessary debt. Buffett warns against the high costs of credit card debt. If you're using credit cards, pay them off in full each month to avoid interest. If you're considering a loan, make sure it's necessary and within your means to repay. Build your emergency fund. Just as businesses keep cash reserves, so should you. Warren Buffett highlights, always have a margin of safety. An emergency fund is your financial safety net. Aim for 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. Invest in yourself. One of Buffett's most famous quotes is, "The best investment you can make is in yourself." This can mean education, skills development, or health. Investing in yourself enhances your value and potential earnings. Practice discernment with deals. Buffett doesn't jump on every opportunity. He's selective. Apply this to your spending by resisting too good to be true deals that might lead you to overspend. Consider each purchase carefully, just as Buffett would with an investment. Review financial goals regularly. Buffett is known for his long-term focus. Set your financial goals and review them periodically. This keeps you aligned with your objectives and helps you make adjustments as needed. In closing, remember that financial prudence is not just about what you avoid, but also what you pursue. It's about making informed decisions, living within your means, and investing in your future self. As Warren Buffett once said, someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Start planting your financial trees today, and you'll reap the benefits for years to come. Let's take these lessons from Warren Buffett and apply them consistently, transforming our financial habits and, ultimately, our lives. Until next time, keep building your path to financial prudence and beyond. Thank you for joining us on Leader Lesson, Warren Buffett. Welcome back to Leader Lesson, Warren Buffett, where we delve into the strategies that have cemented Buffett's status as one of the greatest investors of our time. Today, we navigate the chapter titled Long-Term Perspective, a vital pillar in Buffett's investment philosophy. Imagine a world where the hustle of the market doesn't sway your decisions, where a decade's worth of prosperity is more compelling than the fleeting winds of the day. This is the world according to Warren Buffett. In an era of quick flips and short-term plays, Buffett's approach cuts through the noise with a deceptively simple mantra: our favorite holding period is forever. It's not just a catchy phrase, it's a testament to the power of enduring value. As we unpack this chapter, you will be equipped with the wisdom to identify investments that aren't just flashes in the pan, but are beacons of sustained growth. Consider the story of Buffett's investment in a certain American railroad. He saw not just tracks and trains, but the very arteries of commerce, essential for centuries to come. He said, "I felt it was an opportunity to buy a business that is going to be around for 100 or 200 years, interwoven with the American economy." This story isn't just about trains. It's about foresight, recognizing the enduring over the ephemeral. Buffett warns, only buy something that you'd be perfectly happy to hold if the market shut down for 10 years. By the end of this chapter, you'll learn to scrutinize your investments with this decade-long lens. It's about fostering patience in a world that's short on it, as Buffett once put it. The stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. Our journey today will steer us away from the siren call of instant gratification and toward the stable ground of long-term value creation. If you aren't thinking about owning a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. As we explore Buffett's insights, we'll understand why time is the friend of the wonderful company, the enemy of the mediocre. By the time we reach the end of this chapter, you'll have gained not only insights, but actionable advice on fostering a long-term perspective in your investment strategy, drawing from the deep well of Warren Buffett's expertise. So, as we turn the page, let's commit to learning how to resist the short-term temptations and focus on building a future that stands the test of time. Welcome to a lesson in longevity. Welcome to long-term perspective. As we continue to explore the essence of Warren Buffett's investment strategy, let us consider his reflection on the very nature of progress and the inevitability of upheaval. Buffett once offered a poignant narrative about the world's unpredictability, saying, "I've actually used the term pandemic when describing things that can interrupt the progress of not only this country, but the world. It won't stop the progress of the country or the world. This is a terrible event that's occurring. We don't know how terrible. And it may not turn out to be that big a deal when we get through, but it may turn out to be a very big deal. I certainly don't know, and nobody knows, but there will be other things that happen in the world in the next 5, 10, 20 years. That's the way the world works. It's not a totally even course. The progress of mankind has been incredible, and that won't stop. In the face of uncertainty, the wisdom here for you is to embrace resilience and maintain a steadfast focus on the long-term horizon. Buffett's acknowledgement of unforeseen events, including pandemics, as part of our world's fabric, is a reminder that while volatility is inevitable, the trajectory of growth remains upward over time. As an investor, or as someone navigating the complexities of life, recognize that short-term disruptions should not deter you from your long-term goals. Your journey may be punctuated with challenges, but like Buffett, trust in the relentless march of progress. Consider another story from Buffett's early years, which he recounts with the clarity of a vivid memory. The very first day I bought stocks was March 12, 1942. The stocks were down about 2% that day. Unfortunately, I bought in the morning, so when I came home in the evening and my dad told me the execution price, it was down 2%. If you're buying a business, and that's what stocks are, businesses, people would be better off if they said, I bought a business today, not a stock today, because that gives a different perspective. Then presumably you buy a farm, you buy an apartment house, you buy a business, you're going to own it for 10 or 20 or 30 years. And the real question is, has the 10-year or 20-year outlook for American businesses changed in the last 24 or 48 hours? Let this story be a lesson for you to view your investments, not just as a set of numbers on a screen, but as a tangible piece of a business with a future. When you invest, you're becoming a part owner of that enterprise. Ask yourself, not what the market will do tomorrow, but where the business will stand in a decade. That's the perspective that turns investors into owners and speculations into wealth. As you consider your own aspirations, whether in business, personal finance, or life, adopt the mindset Buffett encourages. Focus on the intrinsic qualities of your endeavors and not the day-to-day fluctuations that can cloud your judgment. By doing so, you will be empowered to make decisions based not on fleeting emotions, but on solid, long-term potential. Remember, just as Buffett has demonstrated time and again, it is the patient, not the active, who reap the rewards of time and compound interest. Keep your eyes on the horizon and let the storms of today fade in the light of tomorrow's sun. As we conclude this chapter on Warren Buffett's invaluable principle of the long-term perspective, let's crystallize this wisdom into actionable steps. Here are key takeaways to incorporate Buffett's approach into your financial and personal pursuits. Prioritize enduring value over short-term gains. When evaluating investment opportunities, seek out companies with a solid track record and a clear vision for the future. As Warren Buffett once said, our favorite holding period is forever. Choose investments you believe in for the long haul. Conduct thorough research. Don't be swayed by market trends or hot tips. Instead, invest time in understanding the business models, leadership, and growth potential of the companies you're considering. Buffett's commitment to exhaustive research is a cornerstone of his success. Embrace a contrarian mindset when appropriate. Buffett often goes against the grain, investing in sectors or companies that are out of favor when he sees long-term potential. Don't follow the crowd. Trust your own well-informed analysis. Understand the power of compound interest. Invest with the knowledge that over time, the power of compounding can significantly enhance your returns. As the patient investor, you are positioned to benefit from this dynamic, just as Buffett advises. Stay resilient amidst volatility. Market fluctuations are inevitable, but don't let them dictate your strategy. Buffett reminds us that the stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. Keep your focus on your long-term objectives, not the noise of the market. Review and adjust as necessary. While having a long-term perspective, remain adaptive. Periodically review your investments to ensure they continue to align with your goals and values, and make adjustments if the fundamentals of the business change. Cultivate patience. Cultivate a patient, disciplined approach to investing and life. Remember, as Buffett says, if you aren't thinking about owning a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. Reflect on the bigger picture. Regularly remind yourself of your long-term goals and the reasons behind them. This helps maintain perspective and can guide you through short-term challenges. Invest in yourself. Apply the long-term perspective to your personal growth and education. Over time, the investment you make in yourself pays the highest dividends. By embracing these principles, you'll align with the mindset that has guided Warren Buffett to unparalleled success. You'll learn to navigate the landscape of investment and life with the foresight of an oracle, building a future that's not only prosperous, but also deeply fulfilling. Remember, in the words of Warren Buffett, time is the friend of the wonderful company, the enemy of the mediocre. Invest your time wisely. and watch the seeds of your patience blossom into a legacy of wisdom and wealth. Welcome back to Leader Lesson, Warren Buffett. You've already begun to understand the philosophies of one of the greatest investors of our time, and now we delve deeper into a concept that's as simple as it is profound: the circle of competence. Imagine purchasing a duck farm on a whim, only to discover your investment quacking up the wrong tree. That's precisely what happened to Warren Buffett. He once invested in a duck farm, thinking, how can you lose money on a farm? The ducks were plenty, but so were the liabilities, surpassing the assets, leaving Buffett with a clear lesson: one must deeply understand a business before investing. Warren Buffett emphasizes the power of knowledge and familiarity when he advises, never invest in a business you cannot understand. By focusing on industries and businesses within your own circle of competence, you mitigate risk and leverage your strengths. By the end of this chapter, you'll not only recognize the boundaries of your own circle of competence, but also learn how to expand it wisely and invest within it intelligently. This insight, grounded in Buffett's experience, will empower you to make smarter choices, both in finance and in life. Let's unlock this lesson from Buffett's trove of wisdom and ensure that when opportunity knocks, you'll answer with confidence, knowing exactly what's on the other side of the door. Let's get started and explore why knowing your playground in the vast field of investments is not just smart, it's essential. As we continue to navigate through the wisdom of Warren Buffett, let's reflect on a story he once told about the biggest mistakes of his career. Buffett candidly admitted that his most significant errors were not the bad investments he made, but rather the golden opportunities he missed. The biggest mistakes I've made by far are mistakes of omission and not commission, he said. He recalled a time when he had the chance to invest in Fannie Mae, a company well within his circle of competence, and yet he hesitated. This moment of indecision, or as he put it, sucking my thumb, cost Berkshire Hathaway billions. Now you might wonder, how does Buffett's tale of omission apply to you? It's a powerful reminder that inaction, especially when it's driven by fear or procrastination, can be costlier than taking a well-informed risk. Understand your field, recognize the moments when opportunity aligns with your strengths, and have the courage to act. Your circle of competence is not just a shield to protect against ignorance, it's also a weapon to wield when the moment is right. Transitioning from the pain of missed chances to the wisdom in calculated restraint, Warren Buffett once recounted his experience with a burgeoning tech company. Despite knowing the founders and acknowledging their potential, he chose not to invest because the technology was outside his circle of competence. The company later soared to become a tech behemoth. This story isn't a lament, but a lesson on the balance between recognizing your limitations and the importance of expanding your knowledge base. For you, it means that while it is crucial to invest in what you know, it is equally important to keep learning and growing. Buffett's experience encourages you to push the boundaries of your competence safely and thoughtfully, so that tomorrow's opportunities do not become today's regrets. Buffett has often spoken about the intellectual process of investing, emphasizing the importance of defining one's area of competence. He has never invested in a technology company, not because he couldn't, but because he didn't understand them. I don't have to make money in every game, he says, acknowledging that there are many things he doesn't know about, and that's perfectly okay. What you can take from this is the empowerment of self-awareness. Recognize where your strengths lie, and rather than lamenting over the infinite possibilities beyond your grasp, focus on where you can excel. Buffett teaches us that knowing where not to play is just as important as knowing where to shine. In the grand scheme of things, investing, like life, is not about being omnipotent in every arena. It's about understanding your territory, mastering your craft, and making the most informed, strategic decisions within your circle. By embracing this wisdom, you can move forward with a sense of purpose and clarity, ready to seize the opportunities that fit not just your competence, but also your passion. To conclude our chapter on Warren Buffett's circle of competence, let's distill the essence of Buffett's wisdom into practical takeaways that you can apply to your own life and investments. Remember, as Warren Buffett once said, the the most important thing to do if you find yourself in a hole is to stop digging. So let's stop digging into unknown territories and start building on the solid ground of our competencies. Assess and acknowledge your circle. Take stock of your knowledge and skills. Understand what you're good at and where your expertise lies. This self-assessment will serve as the foundation for all your decisions. Stay within your circle. Once you've established your circle of competence, make a concerted effort to remain within it when making decisions. As Buffett did with technology stocks, it's okay to pass on opportunities that fall outside your understanding. Expand your circle intelligently. Growth is essential, but it should be done with caution. Invest time in learning and understanding new areas before you allocate any financial resources. This ensures you're not stepping blindly into unknown markets. Acknowledge what you don't know. Embrace humility. Recognizing your limitations is a strength, not a weakness. As Buffett advises, it's better to realize you're in the wrong game and sit out than to play and lose out of ignorance. Avoid the cost of inaction. While you should be cautious, don't let fear of stepping slightly out of your circle lead to inaction when an opportunity is truly within your grasp. Remember Buffett's regret over Fannie Mae, and don't hesitate when you're confident in your understanding. Leverage your unique strengths. Identify what sets you apart in your circle of competence. Perhaps it's a unique insight into a particular market or a skill that others lack. Use these to your advantage. Learn from losses and misses. Reflect on past decisions where you strayed from your circle of competence, as well as opportunities you missed within it. Each of these is a learning experience to better define and expand your circle wisely. By embracing and applying Warren Buffett's principle of the circle of competence, you can navigate the complex worlds of investing and life with greater assurance and success. Remember, it's not about the number of games you play, but rather how well you play the ones within your circle. With this mindset, you'll be equipped to make more informed, confident, and ultimately successful decisions. And that wraps up our chapter on Warren Buffett's circle of competence. Stay tuned for more leader lessons that will continue to empower and enlighten your journey to becoming a more effective investor and leader. Welcome back to Leader Lesson, Warren Buffett. Today's chapter, Temperament over IQ, dives deep into the heart of a principle that has defined Buffett's legendary success. Emotional discipline is more important than intelligence in investing. Imagine for a moment the market is in a free fall. Panic is in the air. But amidst the chaos, there's a solitary figure who remains calm, Warren Buffett. How does he maintain composure when others are driven by fear and greed? Well, as Buffett himself shared from his own experience, even Berkshire Hathaway's stock has plummeted by 50% on 3 separate occasions. Yet he did not succumb to the market's mania. This is the essence of what it means to possess the right psychological stance in the face of market volatility. Buffett firmly believes the stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. This chapter will unravel the virtues of patience and why emotional discipline is the linchpin of successful investing. As we proceed, recall Buffett's words, "If you cannot control your emotions, you cannot control your money." By the end of this chapter, you will not only understand the gravity of this statement, but also be equipped with actionable strategies to fortify your emotional resilience. We will explore why being fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful is not just a contrarian mantra, but a proven path to wealth. Buffett's sage advice: it's not necessary to do extraordinary things to get extraordinary results, will guide us through the practical steps of adopting a mindset that thrives on simplicity and clarity, away from the market's noise. Join us as we dissect Buffett's approach to mastering the inner game of investing. This is where the real battle is won, and as Buffett once remarked, you're dealing with a lot of silly people in the marketplace. If you can stick with Pepsi, you should be okay. Let's learn how to stick with Pepsi together. Welcome to Temperament over IQ. As Warren Buffett once recounted, there was a rainy day when his family and he were dining at Garot's, a restaurant packed with patrons. In the midst of their meal, a waitress informed him that Michael Eisner, a good friend and former CEO of Disney, was stuck outside in the pouring rain, waiting in line. Buffett turned to his wife, suggesting they help Eisner to avoid him getting drenched. Yet, his wife's response was a lesson in itself. "I've waited in line at Disneyland." This simple story provides us with a profound insight into the art of patience and the ability to refrain from special treatment or cutting corners. As you listen, consider how this anecdote reflects a mindset that goes beyond mere financial transactions. Buffett's wife could have opted for a shortcut, but her adherence to the principle of fairness, even in small, everyday situations, mirrors the emotional discipline needed in investing. For you, this tale stands as a reminder that shortcuts and quick fixes are not the pathways to lasting success. Often, it's about sticking to your principles, waiting your turn, and trusting the process, whether that's in life or the stock market. Moving on, Buffett has always stressed the importance of temperament in investing. He believes that it's a temperamental quality, not an intellectual quality. You don't need tons of IQ in this business. Here, Buffett is speaking to the core of emotional discipline. The market doesn't reward those who simply follow the crowd, nor does it favor those who contrarily oppose it just for the sake of it. Instead, it's the individual's ability to think independently, to analyze facts, and to reason soundly that sets them apart. When you apply this to your life, remember that you don't need to be the smartest in the room to make effective decisions. What you need is the emotional stability to avoid being swayed by the fleeting opinions of others. Your strength lies in your ability to remain detached from the hype and focused on your reasoned convictions. Buffett also reminds us of the pitfalls of ignoring the basics. He once pointed out, when you really know you've got a bad business is when you have a good manager and you're getting bad results. This is a testament to the fact that no amount of emotional intelligence can turn a fundamentally flawed situation into a success. For you, this emphasizes the importance of not letting emotions cloud your judgment about the intrinsic value of your investments, or any situation in life for that matter. It's critical to see things as they are, not as you wish them to be. Lastly, Buffett highlights an essential recipe for success. When we hire people, we look for three qualities. We look for integrity, we look for intelligence, and we look for energy. But it's the caveat that follows that is the most illuminating. Without integrity, intelligence and energy can be destructive rather than constructive. This wisdom is directly transferable to you. It suggests that when making choices, be they personal, professional, or financial, integrity should be your guiding star. This forms the bedrock of a temperament that can withstand the tests and tumults of life's many markets. As Buffett wisely puts it, you may not be able to easily change your IQ, but you can choose to cultivate integrity and emotional discipline to rival anyone's. This is within your control, and in making this choice, you lay the foundation for not only a successful investment career, but a life lived with purpose and principle. Let's continue to explore how these qualities play out in the investment world as we delve deeper into the concept of temperament over IQ. In conclusion, let's distill Warren Buffett's temperament over IQ principle into concrete, actionable takeaways that you can implement in your investment strategy and broader life decisions. As Buffett suggests, the market favors the patient. Don't rush into investments or decisions out of fear or hype. Take the time to research and reflect before taking action. Develop emotional discipline. Control your emotions to control your money. Cultivate an ability to remain calm and rational, especially during market downturns or periods of uncertainty. Think independently. Buffett highlights the importance of independent thought. Avoid following the crowd blindly. Develop your own reasoned convictions and trust in your analysis. Assess the fundamentals. Always scrutinize the intrinsic value of your investments. As Buffett points out, no amount of emotional intelligence can fix a fundamentally flawed situation. Prioritize integrity. Choose to act with integrity in all your decisions. It's the cornerstone of emotional discipline and a quality that Buffett values above all else in his hires. Embrace simplicity. You don't have to do extraordinary things to get extraordinary results. Focus on simple, proven strategies and ignore the noise of complicated market predictions. Learn continuously. Buffett is a voracious reader and a lifelong learner. Emulate his approach by continuously educating yourself about investing and the industries in which you invest. As markets fluctuate, remember Buffett's metaphor of sticking with Pepsi. Focus on the long term and don't get distracted by short-term market movements. Use rational analysis. Make decisions based on sound reasoning, not emotions. Buffett advises that the key to successful investing is not being the smartest, but rather being rational and level-headed. Create a disciplined investment process that fits your temperament and stick to it, just as Buffett has done with his own investment philosophy. Warren Buffett has shown us that intellectual prowess is not the sole determinant of success in investing or life. By emphasizing emotional discipline, patience, and integrity, you can make wiser decisions that lead to long-term fulfillment and prosperity. As you move forward, remember Buffett's insight. If you cannot control your emotions, you cannot control your money. So equip yourself with the right temperament, and you'll be well on your way to writing your own success story, much like the Oracle of Omaha himself. Welcome back to Leader Lesson, Warren Buffett. As we delve deeper into the wisdom of one of the greatest investment minds of our time, we come to a fundamental pillar of success: risk management. Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing, Buffett reminds us. This chapter is dedicated to dispelling the darkness of ignorance with the light of knowledge and strategy. In the harrowing markets, Buffett's philosophy shines as a beacon. You want to be greedy when others are fearful, and you want to be fearful when others are greedy. This powerful sentiment resonates more today than ever as we navigate through economic uncertainty. It's a testament to understanding the cyclical nature of fear and greed in the market, and more importantly, how one can manage risk by counteracting these emotions. Throughout this chapter, we will explore the importance of diversifying your portfolio, not just as a safety net, but as an informed strategy. Wide diversification is only required when investors do not understand what they are doing, Buffett asserts. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a clearer understanding of how to approach diversification with purpose and precision. We will also tackle how to understand each investment's risk profile. Buffett's analogy that it's only when the tide goes out that you learn who has been swimming naked will guide our discussion on the necessity of recognizing the vulnerabilities in our investments before the market exposes them. Finally, we'll lay down clear criteria for when to exit an investment. As the sage of Omaha often says, the stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. Together, we'll define what it means to be patient and disciplined in your investment decisions and when it's prudent to act. By the close of this chapter, you'll gain actionable insights directly from Warren Buffett's playbook on how to understand and manage the risks associated with investing. Prepare to feel empowered with knowledge that will not only help you navigate the financial markets, but also instill in you the patience and discernment that hallmark Buffett's investment success. Let's dive into the art and science of risk management as taught by Warren Buffett and learn to thrive in uncertainty. Continuing from where we left off, let's delve deeper into the insight that Warren Buffett provides on the nuances of risk management through the lens of real-world application. One anecdote that encapsulates this comes from the financial crisis of 2008. As Warren Buffett recounted, he received a call from a top Wall Street official who attempted to sell him billions of dollars of equity securities in Freddie Mac. The sheer urgency and the volume of the offer were red flags for Buffett. He spent an evening poring over Freddie Mac's financial statements and discovered numerous issues that raised concerns. His meticulous review and deep understanding of what he read led him to conclude that this was a no-go zone. Buffett's diligence is a masterclass in assessing investment risk. This story isn't just a cautionary tale from the past, it holds invaluable lessons for you, the listener. When confronted with potential investments, especially those that seem to be urgent opportunities, remember Buffett's thorough approach. Don't be swayed by the pressure to act quickly. Instead, take the time to understand the financial health and risks associated with the investment. By being meticulous and informed, you too can navigate away from precarious financial cliffs and towards more secure and profitable horizons. Moving on to another instructive episode from Buffett's extensive career, consider his interaction with AIG. The insurance giant reached out to Buffett multiple times for a bailout during a crisis. Buffett, again showing due diligence, examined the property casualty operations of AIG. He needed to ensure that this part of the business was not contaminated by the toxic derivatives from AIG's financial products division. Despite assurances, he could not confidently ascertain their separation, and thus he declined to invest. Buffett's prudence here is a testament to the importance of understanding not just a company's visible operations, but also its underlying financial linkages. For you, this means looking beyond the surface when considering any investment. Ask questions, demand transparency, and never settle for assurances without evidence. Buffett teaches us that the more you understand the intricacies of an investment, the better equipped you are to manage its risks. Reflecting on a personal investment mistake, Buffett shares his experience with US Air in the late 1980s. After investing $387 million, he watched as the airline struggled, eventually even trying to sell his stake at a significant loss. Yet through a twist of fate and the airline's temporary recovery, he managed to earn a profit. This story serves as a vivid illustration of the uncertainty that can shroud investments, especially in volatile industries. Buffett acknowledges the importance of acknowledging when an investment isn't performing and being willing to cut losses when necessary. From this, you can draw a valuable lesson. Not every investment will be a home run, and it's essential to recognize and act when a situation deteriorates. Learn from Buffett's candidness about his missteps and be prepared to make tough decisions to protect your financial well-being. Finally, let's consider Buffett's reflections on the overall chaos in the credit markets during the 2008 crisis. He observed the collective fear as people moved their bank deposits and panicked over money market funds. He noted, "They are not wrong to be worried." In times of market upheaval, Buffett's observation underscores the need for investors to be vigilant and responsive to the broader economic climate. From this, you can learn the significance of not only managing individual investment risks, but also being acutely aware of systemic risks that could affect the entire financial landscape. It prompts you, as an investor, to maintain a heightened sense of awareness and adaptability, allowing you to pivot or brace for impact when warning signs appear on the economic horizon. By understanding and applying Warren Buffett's teachings on risk management, you empower yourself to make smarter, more informed decisions. The wisdom gleaned from his stories equips you to face the investment world with a blend of caution, curiosity, and the courage to act judiciously. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel more strategies from the Oracle of Omaha in the art of thriving amidst uncertainty. As we wrap up this chapter on risk management, let's crystallize Warren Buffett's wisdom into actionable steps that you, our listeners, can apply in your investment journeys. Here are key takeaways that encapsulate the essence of Buffett's approach. Conduct thorough research. Before making any investment, follow Buffett's lead and dive deep into the company's financial statements, business model, and industry conditions. As Warren Buffett once said, "Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing." Make informed decisions based on your understanding, not market noise or peer pressure. Be vigilant about financial health. Take a page from Buffett's playbook and look beyond a company's surface numbers. Examine its debt, cash flow, and earnings quality. If you're considering a financial sector investment, understand the interconnections within the company's various divisions and the potential risks they pose. Diversify with purpose. Remember, diversification is not about owning as many investments as possible. As Buffett cautions, wide diversification is only required when investors do not understand what they are doing. Aim to diversify intelligently by selecting investments that you have researched and understand well. Recognize when to cut losses. Not all investments will turn out profitable, and it's crucial to identify when it's time to exit. Learn from Warren Buffett's experience with US Air and be willing to acknowledge when an investment isn't performing as expected. It's better to accept a small loss early than to risk greater losses later. Stay disciplined in tumultuous times. In the words of Warren Buffett, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. Use periods of market volatility as opportunities to acquire quality investments at a discount and avoid the trap of following the crowd in panic selling. Monitor systemic risks. Keep an eye on the broader economic indicators and be prepared to adjust your investment strategy in response to systemic changes. As Buffett observed during the 2008 crisis, it's prudent to be concerned during times of widespread financial uncertainty. By integrating these principles into your investment practices, you can strengthen your risk management and position yourself for long-term success. Remember, the key to thriving in investing, as taught by Warren Buffett, is a combination of knowledge, patience, and the courage to trust your informed judgment. Thank you for joining us for this leader lesson with Warren Buffett on risk management. Stay empowered and invest wisely. Welcome back to Leader Lesson, where we continue to unravel the wisdom of the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett. Today, we delve into the heart of his investment philosophy in a chapter we've titled Intrinsic Value Calculation. Picture this. It's the mid-1970s, and the Washington Post Company, a powerhouse of media, is on the stock market for a mere $80 million. Buffett knows its true worth is at least $400 million. How does he see what others are missing? That's the power of understanding intrinsic value. Warren Buffett, a master in the art of valuation, once revealed, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." In this chapter, we'll equip you with the tools to distinguish between the two, the cornerstone of Buffett's investment strategy. By the end of this lesson, you'll learn to calculate the true value of an investment, just as Buffett does, ensuring you commit your resources only when the price is right. Imagine being able to look beyond market prices and perceive the real worth of an investment, a skill that has consistently placed Buffett ahead of the curve. By mastering techniques such as discounted cash flow analysis, you won't just follow the market, you'll anticipate it. Stay tuned as we unfold the secrets of intrinsic value calculation, a method that has turned Buffett into one of the greatest investors of our time. Get ready to empower your investment decisions with the same clarity and confidence that Buffett brings to his. Welcome to a lesson in not just finance, but foresight. As we continue to explore the nuanced approach Warren Buffett takes toward investing, let's turn to a story that highlights the importance of acting with conviction when the price of an asset falls below its intrinsic value. Buffett once said, "When we buy back Berkshire stock, we're running a business for the people who are going to stay, not the ones that are going to leave." This statement underscores a commitment to the long-term health of the company and its true believers. In this narrative, Buffett reveals a time when Berkshire Hathaway repurchased $233 million worth of its own shares. This act was not a gamble on short-term market movements. It was a strategic decision made because the stock was trading below what he considered to be the true value of the company. Buffett makes it clear that such buybacks are only justified when there's a big enough discount, ensuring that the shareholders who remain will benefit from the transaction. The takeaway for you, as an investor or business leader, is to maintain a long-term perspective. When faced with a decision, ask yourself, am I acting for the benefit of those who are staying with the company? This mindset will steer you toward choices that enhance long-term value rather than pursue short-lived gains. Let's dig deeper into Buffett's philosophy with another tale from his vast experience. He recalls a moment when he believed that Berkshire Hathaway's shares were selling demonstrably below the value of its businesses. He prepared to buy back stock, signaling to the market that the company was undervalued. Interestingly, the announcement alone caused the share price to rise, negating the need for the buyback. Here, we witness the market's response to a leader's expression of confidence in their company's worth. This story teaches us the power of transparent leadership. When you, as a leader, communicate openly with your stakeholders about your belief in the company's value, you can have a significant impact on market perception. Buffett himself emphasizes the importance of fairness, likening a buyback to buying out a partner. You must inform them if you believe they are selling too cheap. Intrinsic value isn't a number set in stone. It's an informed estimate that requires thorough analysis and understanding of a business's fundamentals. Buffett's meticulous approach to evaluating his company's worth can be a blueprint for your own investment decisions. Whether you're considering stock buybacks, mergers, or personal investments, grounding your actions in a firm understanding of intrinsic value can lead to more sustainable growth and prosperity. As we navigate these anecdotes from Warren Buffett's storied career, it becomes clear that calculating intrinsic value isn't just an exercise in finance. It's a testament to an investor's discipline, foresight, and respect for their fellow shareholders. By internalizing these lessons, you can cultivate the ability to identify true worth in your investments, partnerships, and business ventures, just as the Oracle of Omaha has done for decades. To wrap up our chapter on intrinsic value calculation, let's distill Warren Buffett's timeless wisdom into practical, actionable steps that you can apply to your own investment journey. Here are key takeaways that echo the sagacity of Buffett and his approach to discerning the true worth of an investment. Understand the business. As Warren Buffett often emphasizes, invest in companies you understand. Start by thoroughly researching the business model, competitive advantage, and the industry it operates in. Knowledge is the foundation of accurate intrinsic value calculation. Analyze financial health. Dive into the financial statements. Look for consistent earnings growth, strong return on equity, and manageable debt levels. Buffett meticulously examines these aspects to gauge a company's long-term prospects. Estimate future cash flows. Use discounted cash flow analysis to project future earnings and determine their present value. This is at the heart of Buffett's strategy, projecting the earnings potential and discounting them back to today's dollars. Consider the management. Evaluate the quality of the company's leadership, as their decisions will impact future performance. Buffett believes in investing in companies with honest and competent management. Margin of safety. As Buffett once said, the three most important words in investing are margin of safety. Always ensure there's a sufficient buffer between the company's intrinsic value and its market price to protect against errors in your analysis or unforeseen market fluctuations. Be patient. Wait for the market to offer the company at a price that gives you that margin of safety. Buffett is known for his patience, often waiting years for the right opportunity to present itself. Stay within your circle of competence. Only invest in businesses where you have a clear understanding and a strong conviction in the intrinsic value. Buffett avoids investing in companies that are outside his expertise, no matter how attractive they may seem. Reassess periodically. Intrinsic value is not static. As Warren Buffett understands, businesses evolve and markets change. Regularly review your calculations to ensure they still hold true. Act with conviction. When you find a discrepancy between intrinsic value and market price that offers a significant margin of safety, act decisively, just as Buffett has done throughout his career. Communicate confidence. If you're in a leadership position, transparently share your belief in the company's intrinsic value. Your confidence, as demonstrated by Buffett, can influence market perception and stakeholder trust. Embrace these actionable insights to hone your ability to calculate intrinsic value with the precision and foresight of Warren Buffett. By doing so, you can make empowered investment decisions that align with your financial goals and personal values. Remember, the goal is to invest intelligently and with confidence, securing not only a prosperous future, but also peace of mind, just as the Oracle of Omaha has for decades. And with that, we conclude our leader lesson on Warren Buffett's principle of intrinsic value calculation. Keep these takeaways in mind as you navigate the world of investing, and you may well find yourself on the path to success, guided by the wisdom of one of the greatest investors of our time. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, invest wisely and live richly. Welcome back to Leader Lesson, Warren Buffett. Today, we step into the realm of patience in investing, a principle that Buffett not only preaches but exemplifies in every move he makes on the financial chessboard. Imagine the scene: the stock market, a flurry of numbers, the cacophony of eager traders. Yet here stands a man, unfazed by the surrounding frenzy, his eyes fixed on the horizon, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. In his biography, Buffett recounts a lesson from baseball legend Ted Williams, who excelled by waiting for the right pitch. Buffett parallels this with investing. "I'm in a no-called strike business," he says. The lesson? The great investor can watch thousands of companies pass by, like pitches across the plate, and swing only when the time is just right. Buffett never hastens for fear of missing out. He strikes when the odds are in his favor. As Warren Buffett once explained, using Ted Williams's analogy, the most important thing in batting was to wait for the right pitch. Translate this to investing, and you have Buffett's gold standard strategy. Patience is not just a virtue, it's a weapon. By the end of this chapter, you'll learn to hold your stance, ignore the crowd's pressure, and swing only at those rare, golden opportunities that align perfectly with your investment sweet spot. We're not just echoing Buffett's wisdom, we're arming you with the same patience that has cemented his legacy in the annals of financial history. Let's delve deep into the art of waiting for the fat pitch and discover how, by doing so, you can elevate your investing game to the level of legends. Engage fully, and you'll emerge with a sharpened sense of when to act and when to remain steadfastly still, a skill that could transform your financial future. Welcome to the masterclass in patience, courtesy of Warren Buffett's time-tested insights. Continuing from where we left off in the masterclass of patience, let's turn our gaze to a down-to-earth analogy Warren Buffett often uses, the humble farm. As Buffett said, when you buy a farm, you don't visit it every few weeks to see if the corn has grown or fret about short-term price fluctuations. Buffett shares that he purchased a farm in the 1980s, which his son now runs, and he has visited it only once. The value and yield of the farm aren't influenced by his worries or his presence. Instead, they're driven by the long-term quality of the land and the farming operations. You, too, can benefit from this story. When you invest in a business or an asset, it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day noise, to feel the urge to act with every piece of news or market dip. But remember Buffett's farm. Once you've done your due diligence and invested in something you believe in, trust in the process. The market, much like a farm, will have its seasons, some bountiful, others lean. But with patience, you'll be able to reap the rewards of long-term growth without unnecessary stress. Another story Buffett recounts is about his early forays into the world of investing. At the age of 11, he bought 3 shares of City Service Preferred, a company well known even now. Despite the company's tumultuous times, having skipped dividends during the Depression, young Buffett was undeterred. He watched and waited, understanding the thrill of investing, but also the importance of patience. From this narrative, you can glean a vital lesson. Start early and learn to navigate the waves of the market. Buffett's early investment wasn't just about making money. It was about immersing himself in the investment world with all its risks and rewards. Let this inspire you to take the long view, to educate yourself, to recognize that investments will have their ups and downs. Like Buffett at 11, use this time not to chase quick profits, but to build a foundation of knowledge and temperament that will serve you for a lifetime. Buffett's wisdom isn't just about knowing when to invest, but also when to hold firm, even if an investment seems less than perfect. He likens his approach to dealing with a family. If one of your children is struggling, you don't give up on them. Similarly, Buffett doesn't abandon his investments at the first sign of trouble. He understands that not every business will perform spectacularly all the time, but that doesn't mean they lack long-term value. Here's where you come in. When assessing your own investments, it's crucial to avoid knee-jerk reactions to short-term underperformance. Be discerning, of course, but give your investments the time they need to mature. Like Buffett, show conviction in your choices and patience in your actions. This approach can transform the way you view your portfolio, encouraging you to focus on the long game rather than the daily scoreboard. In each of these stories, Buffett's message is clear. Investing is not just about the thrill of the purchase or the fear of loss. It's about understanding your investments, trusting in their long-term value, and having the patience to see through the noise of the market. By embodying these principles, you too can cultivate a mindset that will not only bring peace of mind, but also the potential for significant financial growth over time. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the wisdom of Warren Buffett and the profound impact patience can have on your investment journey. Building on the narrative of patience in investing, as exemplified by Warren Buffett, Let's crystallize this ethos into actionable steps. Remember, patience isn't just about waiting. It's about the confidence and composure to wait for the ideal investment opportunity. Here are the key takeaways to integrate Warren Buffett's approach into your own investment strategy. Perform thorough research. Before you consider investing, do your homework. Buffett's success is largely due to his extensive research and understanding of a company's fundamentals. Ensure you're well informed about the financial health, management quality, and market position of any business you consider for investment. Set long-term goals. Align your investments with your long-term financial aspirations. Buffett often stresses the importance of thinking long-term rather than seeking immediate gains. Identify what you want to achieve in the next 10, 20, or 30 years, and let that guide your investment decisions. Resist impulsive decisions. Market fluctuations can tempt investors to make hasty decisions. As Warren Buffett once said, the stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. Stay disciplined and don't let short-term volatility sway your long-term investment strategy. Cultivate emotional discipline. Buffett's philosophy emphasizes not being swayed by emotions. Develop a mindset that remains calm and rational, even when the market is not. This can help you avoid panic selling or impulsive buying. Invest in what you understand. Stick to industries and companies you're familiar with. Buffett advises against investing in businesses that are outside of your circle of competence. Understanding a business can give you the confidence to remain invested during downturns. Recognize the power of compounding. Buffett attributes much of his wealth to compound interest. Reinvest your earnings and give your investments time to grow. The power of compounding is most effective when you're patient. Avoid over-diversification. While diversification is a key risk management strategy, Buffett cautions against overdoing it. Too many investments can be difficult to manage and may dilute your focus. Select a handful of strong, well-understood investments and give them time to perform. Learn from mistakes. Even Warren Buffett makes investment errors. Rather than getting discouraged, learn from these mistakes. They are valuable lessons that can refine your investment approach and decision-making process in the future. Ignore the herd. Buffett is known for being contrarian at times. Just because others are buying or selling doesn't mean you should follow suit. Trust your own analysis and convictions, and be prepared to go against the crowd when necessary. Patience is a skill that can be developed over time. Apply the principle of patience in your daily life, not just in investing. This will help strengthen your temperament and decision-making abilities across all areas. Incorporating Warren Buffett's principle of patience in investing can be transformative. It allows you to view the market not as a casino, but as a complex, unfolding story, one where the patient reader often discovers the deepest truths and reaps the greatest rewards. As you continue on your investment journey, hold these lessons close, and remember, in the words of Warren Buffett, time is the friend of the wonderful company, the enemy of the mediocre. Let time and patience be your allies as you build a portfolio that stands the test of time. Welcome back to Leader Lesson, where today we delve into the critical concept of independent thinking, as exemplified by the investment sage Warren Buffett. Imagine, if you will, a lone figure standing steadfast against a thunderous wave of public opinion and market hysteria. This is the very essence of the principle we're about to explore. Warren Buffett, a titan of investment known as much for his financial acumen as for his unwavering conviction in his strategies, once presented a compelling thought experiment. Think about the person you would most like to be in life, he said, urging us to consider the qualities that draw our admiration and, conversely, the traits we find abhorrent in others. The insight? We have the power to cultivate these commendable qualities within ourselves and reject the negative ones. This reflects the core of independent thinking, recognizing that we control our principles and actions, irrespective of the crowd's clamor. In this chapter, we'll dissect the importance of doing your own research, drawing your own conclusions, and, most critically, not being swayed by the market's fickle sentiments. Buffett himself has lived by the mantra, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful." His success is a testament to the potency of this approach. By the end of this chapter, you will be armed with actionable advice on how to stand your ground in a sea of opinions, how to foster the conviction to follow through on your well-researched decisions, and how to avoid the pitfalls of herd mentality that even the most seasoned investors can fall prey to. You will understand why Warren Buffett champions the independence of mind as a cornerstone of exceptional leadership and decision-making. Get ready to be inspired, to challenge the status quo, and to unlock the independent thinker within, guided by the wisdom of Warren Buffett. This lesson isn't just about financial investment. It's an investment in your personal growth and decision-making prowess. Welcome to Independent Thinking, a chapter that might just change the way you approach life and business forever. As Warren Buffett once revealed through the life story of a remarkable entrepreneur, the power of independent thinking shines through. Buffett recounted the tale of Jack Taylor, a man who began his post-war life as a used car salesman. Taylor's independent vision led him to found a car leasing business with just 7 cars and $25,000 borrowed capital. His unique approach to business, which included tricks like letting the phone ring to give the impression of busyness, eventually led him to take on industry giants in the rent-a-car space. He named his company Enterprise after the battleship he had served on. Through his focus on unparalleled customer service and his philosophy of making a friend out of every customer, Jack Taylor grew Enterprise into an empire worth more than all the major rent-a-car companies combined at the time of his death. This story is a testament to the fact that you don't need to follow the crowd to find success. Taylor's journey demonstrates that with a strong conviction in your unique approach, you can surpass even the most established competitors. It's a lesson for you, the listener, to trust in your own ideas and the path you carve out, even when it diverges from the mainstream. Whether in your career, personal life, or any endeavor, remember that the ability to think independently is a potent catalyst for innovation and success. In another example, Warren Buffett himself practiced independent thinking at a very young age. With the total sum of his savings, a young Buffett purchased 3 shares of City Service Preferred at $114.75 each. This decision was not influenced by market trends or popular opinions, but was born out of his passion for understanding the stock market, which he had studied vigorously since he was 11 years old. Despite the stock's initial dip after his purchase, Buffett's long-term perspective and independent analysis paid off as the shares eventually rebounded. This story not only highlights the importance of doing your own research and trusting your own judgment, but also serves as an inspiration for you to start cultivating financial literacy and independent thinking from an early age. Buffett's experience underscores that it's not about the timing of the market, but about the time in the market and the conviction to stick with your decisions despite market volatility. As you continue on your path, whether it be personal, professional, or financial, remember that your independent thinking is your greatest ally. Take these stories from Warren Buffett's life and use them to embolden your journey, embracing the courage to think differently and the wisdom to stick to your convictions. This is the essence of independent thinking that can lead to outstanding outcomes, and it's an approach you can apply in all areas of your life for profound impact. Now, let's cement the lessons of independent thinking with actionable advice, deeply rooted in the wisdom of Warren Buffett. Embrace education. As Warren Buffett once said, the best investment you can make is in your own abilities. This means constantly seeking knowledge, honing your skills, and understanding that your personal growth is the foundation of independent thinking. Invest in books, courses, and resources that broaden your horizons. Cultivate patience. Buffett's success was not built overnight. He emphasizes the value of a long-term perspective, both in investing and life decisions. Practice delaying gratification and resist the urge for quick wins. Your patience will often be rewarded with better results and deeper insights. Exercise critical thinking. In the spirit of Buffett's approach, don't take information at face value. Analyze data, question assumptions, and challenge popular beliefs. Make decisions based on your own thorough evaluation, not simply on what's trending or what others are saying. Trust in your analysis. Once you've done your research and arrived at a conclusion, trust your judgment. Buffett advises, "You're neither right nor wrong because the crowd disagrees with you. You are right because your data and reasoning are right." Be prepared to stand alone in your convictions. Learn from mistakes. Buffett acknowledges that mistakes are inevitable, but the key is to learn from them. Reflect on what went wrong and why, without being swayed by others' opinions. Use this knowledge to refine your independent thinking process for future decisions. Stay emotionally detached. Warren Buffett warns against letting emotions drive your actions, especially when it comes to investing. Apply this principle in all areas of life. Don't let fear or excitement cloud your judgment. Maintain a clear head to think independently and act rationally. Seek diverse perspectives. Although independent thinking means forming your own opinions, it also means being open to others' viewpoints. Use these as a sounding board to challenge and strengthen your own ideas, not as a directive to follow. Reflect regularly. Take time to step back and reflect on your decisions and the thought processes behind them. Buffett himself spends a lot of time just thinking. This practice can help you refine your ability to think independently and recognize areas for growth. Commit to personal integrity. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it, Warren Buffett reminds us. Let your independent thinking be guided by strong moral principles. Stand for what you believe is right, even when it's not popular. Avoid the noise. In today's hyper-connected world, Buffett's advice to ignore the noise is more relevant than ever. Limit your exposure to the constant stream of opinions and focus on what truly matters to you and your goals. By integrating these steps into your daily life, you'll be walking in the footsteps of Warren Buffett, a paragon of independent thinking. Remember, it's not just about going against the grain. It's about having the conviction to trust your own research, insights, and judgment, even in the face of adversity. This is the path to true leadership and personal mastery. Embrace it wholeheartedly. Welcome back to Leader Lesson, Warren Buffett. Today, we're turning the page to a chapter that might just redefine your approach to success in the financial markets and beyond. It's called continuous learning. Imagine for a moment that the Oracle of Omaha himself is imparting a piece of advice that could increase your value by 50%. As Warren Buffett once shared, he believes that by enhancing one's communication skills alone, one's worth could significantly escalate. It's this philosophy that underscores our chapter's theme, the commitment to lifelong learning to sharpen your investment acumen. Buffett's own journey exemplifies this principle. He took a Dale Carnegie course to improve his communication, a skill he deems as essential as any financial formula. If you can't communicate, Buffett says, it's like winking at a girl in the dark. Nothing happens. This lesson in self-investment became a cornerstone of his legendary career. By the end of this chapter, rest assured, you'll walk away with practical strategies for broadening your knowledge base. You'll learn why reading widely, attending seminars, and seeking mentorship aren't just activities but necessities for anyone serious about mastering the art of investment. Let's delve into how continuous learning shaped Warren Buffett's journey and how it can become the catalyst for your own growth. Keeping in mind that, as Buffett himself understands, the wisdom we acquire today is the fortune we build tomorrow. Continuing our journey through the chapter on continuous learning, let's turn to a story that encapsulates Warren Buffett's relentless pursuit of knowledge and how it has been a cornerstone of his monumental success. As Warren Buffett recounts, his curiosity about the insurance business led him to the doors of GEICO back in 1951. It was a Saturday, and the building was deserted, but Buffett's determination didn't waver. He pounded on the door until a janitor admitted him, and serendipitously, he met Lorimer Davidson, who spent 4 hours educating a young Buffett on the intricacies of insurance. This wasn't just a chance encounter. It was a masterclass that laid the foundations for what would become one of Buffett's most lucrative investments. From this narrative, you, as an aspiring investor or entrepreneur, can extract a valuable lesson. The doors of opportunity don't open themselves. Sometimes you need to knock, perhaps even pound, to gain access to the knowledge that could propel you to new heights. The janitor's simple act of letting Buffett in is a metaphor for the breaks we all need. But remember, those breaks only matter if we are prepared to capitalize on them. Buffett was ready, and you should be too. Transitioning from the metaphorical doors of Geico to the broader vistas of human potential, Buffett offers another anecdote that reveals his perspective on progress. He believes that the rise of his investment empire is less about his personal intelligence or diligence and more about tapping into the vast reservoir of human potential. Buffett highlights that a society's frameworks such as the rule of law, a market system, and equality of opportunity are catalysts for unleashing talent. This anecdote serves as a powerful reminder that your ability to learn and grow is amplified within an environment that supports and encourages such development. The take-home message for you is clear. Seek out ecosystems, be they companies, communities, or countries, that champion learning and cultivate every ounce of potential you possess. Buffett's tales continue to enrich us with their humility and humor, as seen in his recollection of his paper delivery days at Georgetown Hospital. The tips he received weren't merely monetary, but came with stories and information that customers believed to be valuable. This vignette from Buffett's life illustrates a subtler form of learning, one that comes from interacting with people from all walks of life. You never know what insights or opportunities can arise from the stories and experiences of others. Therefore, as you navigate your professional journey, cherish the human interactions and the seemingly mundane moments. They can offer unexpected lessons that may one day inform your business decisions. The stories of Warren Buffett's life are punctuated with levity, but they are underscored by wisdom. His anecdote about a Nebraska football player's comical misunderstanding of the term knowledge reflects a broader truth. Educational systems and conventional metrics of intelligence do not always equate to real-world acumen. For you, this means recognizing the importance of practical knowledge and common sense. In your quest for continuous learning, prioritize experiences and wisdom that translate beyond the classroom or the textbook. The ability to laugh at oneself and learn from every situation is a form of intelligence that often goes undervalued. Finally, Buffett credits much of his personal and professional growth to his late wife, Susie. She was the nurturing force that transformed him from a seed with potential into a flourishing figure in both his personal life and the business world. Buffett's acknowledgement of her influence is a testament to the power of supportive relationships in our learning journey. For you, the listener, it means recognizing the value of life partners, mentors, and friends who contribute to your growth. The knowledge you gain from books and seminars is vital, but so is the wisdom imparted by those who care for you and invest in your potential. As we move forward in this chapter on continuous learning, take these stories to heart. Warren Buffett's life teaches us that learning is not a destination, it's an ongoing journey. Your commitment to this journey will define your success as much as any investment you make. Keep knocking on those doors, embrace the potential within and around you, and never underestimate the power of the people who water the seeds of your growth. In conclusion, to encapsulate the principle of continuous learning as demonstrated by Warren Buffett, let's crystallize the actionable steps you can integrate into your own path towards personal and professional excellence. Embrace curiosity as a habit. Make it a daily practice to ask questions, explore new topics, and deepen your understanding of your field. As Buffett's impromptu visit to Geico shows, curiosity can lead to profound insights and opportunities. Invest in your communication skills. Take a cue from Buffett's Dale Carnegie course and seek out resources to enhance your ability to articulate ideas clearly. Whether it's public speaking, writing, or interpersonal communication, proficiency in conveying your thoughts will pay dividends. Read, and read some more. Buffett famously reads 500 pages a day. While that might not be feasible for everyone, make reading a non-negotiable part of your routine. Diversify your reading materials to include financial reports, industry news, and books on varied subjects. Seek guidance from those who have traveled the path before you. Buffett met mentors like Benjamin Graham, who shaped his investment philosophy. A mentor can provide personalized advice and insights that are not found in any textbook. Cultivate a supportive environment. Surround yourself with people and organizations that encourage learning and growth. As Buffett notes, the rule of law, a market system, and equality of opportunity can unleash talent. Find your ecosystem that fosters education and development. Learn from every interaction. Be open to learning from everyone you meet, as Buffett did during his paper delivery days. The wisdom of customers, colleagues, and even casual acquaintances can provide unexpected knowledge and perspective. Value practical knowledge. Recognize the significance of real-world experience and common sense. As Buffett suggests, educational systems don't always correlate with life skills. Seek out learning that has practical application. Appreciate your relationships. Buffett attributes much growth to his late wife, Susie. Acknowledge the role of partners, mentors, and friends in your learning journey. The encouragement and wisdom they provide can be just as important as formal education. As Warren Buffett once said, the best investment you can make is in yourself. By committing to continuous learning, you're not only investing in your intellectual capital, you're also building the foundation for a future that's rich in knowledge, success, and fulfillment. Remember, the more you learn, the more you'll earn, both in wealth and wisdom. So keep learning, keep growing, and let your journey of continuous improvement be the hallmark of your leadership legacy. As we reflect on the timeless wisdom and investment strategies of Warren Buffett, we close this leader lesson with a profound sense of empowerment. Through the chapters of value investing, financial prudence, and the long-term perspective, we have distilled insights that transcend mere financial advice. They are blueprints for a life well invested. From the tale of the Washington Post to the simplicity of a farm's growth, Buffett's lessons teach us that the true worth of an investment, like that of a life, is not found in its immediate yield, but in its intrinsic value and future potential. It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price, Buffett reminds us. This principle doesn't just apply to stocks and businesses. It's a guide for the choices we make daily to seek quality and substance in every aspect of our lives. You, as a listener, are already on the path of the outliers for success. By embracing the Buffett way, you choose to invest not just in markets, but in your growth and education, understanding that the most significant returns come from continuous learning and patient, disciplined action. Let's not forget the power of independent thinking, as Warren Buffett exemplifies. In a world that often moves in herds, you have chosen the path less traveled by tuning into the wisdom of thought leaders like Buffett. It's a decision that positions you to think and act beyond the bounds of conventional wisdom. As we conclude, remember that this journey doesn't end here. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and podcast to continue absorbing transformative insights from Leader Lesson. Share this episode with others who strive for excellence and comment with your thoughts. We value your engagement and your voice in this community. Discover more episodes on our channel where we unravel the wisdom of the world's greatest minds, ensuring that every lesson brings you one step closer to realizing your potential. Thank you for joining us on Leader Lesson, Warren Buffett. Until next time, keep investing in your growth, and may your decisions be as fruitful as those of the Oracle of Omaha himself.